stand before you all tonight as I ask that you consider my candidacy for the office of Secretary in the Student Government Association. I could never have imagined that I would be at this point as a first year from the Bronx here at Susquehanna running for an executive position. Being elected as the president of the first year class has been an exciting yet humbling experience. I'm thankful to be a part of such a goal-driven and enthusiastic team. In addition to being a member of SGA, I'm the vice president of the French Club, a tour guide, and a member of the mascot committee, to name a few. Needless to say, I value this institution very much. My involvement in different groups and organizations on campus has strengthened my administrative skills, therefore making me the responsible candidate you very well deserve. My organizational skill abilities have allowed me to keep up with my 3 majors and other essential responsibilities. In other words, I have efficient time management skills and a clear, friendly, and professional communication skill. As a secretary, I will keep the student body well-informed, organized, and functional. Throughout my time here at SU, I have experienced the highs and lows of this campus. And despite my record number of complaining about Aramark's routes, I'm grateful for all the doors Susquehanna has opened for me, and I look forward to making the most of these prestigious opportunities. Lastly, I want to remind you all that I have a strong familiarity with the SGA. I have a strong familiarity with the SGA procedures, and I strive to keep an open line of communication between SGA and the student body. Thank you for your time, and vote for me, Aminata Diallo, for your new secretary.
Because I have noticed problems within this organization that I believe must be fixed from the bottom up. One of the main purposes of Student Government Association is to be a voice for the student body and to address and fix problems, as well as be receptive to any comments, questions, or concerns brought to us by each student on the campus. I've been involved in student government for 2 years now. If the senator brings forward a remark or question from a constituent during the meeting about anything other than the chicken in the dining hall, I'm honestly surprised. Yet if I sit down and Starbucks for 5 whole minutes, I will hear various complaints or concerns that my fellow students have. Why are these problems not coming to us, as the organization that can provide answers or attempt to fix them? I believe it is because of poor communication between SGA and the student body. How can we say that we are the voice of the student body when very few people even communicate with us? We can't. And the biggest problem, in my opinion, is the utter lack of communication. For years, the secretary has been in charge of ensuring that senators send out minutes. But time and time again, it has been proven that emails which people may or may not read are not the answer whole. Something more has to be done by this person. As secretary, I have ideas that will help us accurately and efficiently gather information embodying students from all years' concerns. First, we need to advertise around campus and let people know that if they have problems, we exist as an organization to help them with those problems. Also, I believe that we should have people available multiple times throughout each month, tabling a day for students to come forward and ask questions or to receive clarification on important topics on campus at the time. I don't care if I just sit there by myself just to hear what people have to say. We have to become more accessible to the student body, and I believe that the secretary can make an enormous impact in this regard.
Can you turn her just a little bit? Turn the mic in.
So at this time, we will take a couple questions from the body. Do we have any volunteers? Yes.
Do I ask like one candidate or do I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel that your values align with the university's pillars?
I'll go first. So being that our university pillars are to lead, achieve, and serve, I feel that I have taken that on as my priority being on campus, especially working with you amazing ladies and friends throughout this time in SGA. So being that we have to lead, leading is not just to say, I'm doing this and you're following. It's about taking care of the people you're leading and making sure the people you're serving are happy with what you're doing. Therefore, going off of what we're doing, I, as president of the first year class, have worked greatly with all the people in my class to take ideas from our grade and doing things that they want. And we had a very successful service project to the Ronald McDonald House, and we're looking forward to our Unity project, which has going to be a big turnout. And also being that Susquehanna does have an emphasis on service, I decided that our class, well, not I decided, along with my classes, we did our service project, our leadership project, and also to lead, I hope that as an secretary, I will be able to send out not just minutes about SGA, but opportunities for our students to get involved on campus. So it's not just the people in SGA that know about things that are going on, because we get amazing details and events that come to us, but not many people find out about it. So that will be my priority, to make sure everyone is on the same playing field as all of us here.
So the 3 pillars for Achieve, I believe scholarship is very important. So I've actually been president of Atlanta Delta Honorary, so I have experience with scholarly achievement. And as for leadership, I actually have multiple leadership roles. I am part of Enactus, and part of my job in that is that I actually am in our presentation team, and I like it's all like sort of a co-leadership opportunity for all of us. And as for service, I am actually in Phi Omega, and I'm the judicial chair for that. So I have lots of service knowledge as well that I can apply to this.
Thank you, ladies. Other questions? I have one. So, obviously, you both know it's been a year of a lot of change in campus. A lot has happened. At this time, what do you feel is the biggest issue facing the student body, and what would you do to change it?
I still believe that through all of this, diversity is still a huge problem on our campus. And there are multiple things we can do to change that. Obviously, we can't just import, have a bunch of minority people come and join our campus, but what we can do is appreciate the different diversities that we do have on this campus through whether it be sessions, like sort of activities like movies relating to a specific culture, and then leading discussions and making sure that we can actually talk about diversity in an open and positive way, rather than people feeling that it's difficult for them to discuss, or that as a person who has a diverse background, that they can't talk about it because of the community that they're in.
I also believe that diversity is one of the biggest problems we have, and since I've been here for the past 7 months, it's one of those issues I'm taking on as strong. So I've noticed that when I came on campus, Susquehanna takes a fundamental path to solving diversity issues. Everything is very, below the curve. We're handling it, but I believe we need structural change, and that comes with what we're learning in classrooms and making sure that our professors are well trained and they know what they're talking about, and also being that we have classes that teaches people on how to handle diversities. And being said, last semester, James and I actually went to President Lemons because we had a lot of questions about why there isn't a Black or African American class in Susquehanna. We pride ourselves on diversity. We have a growing number of diversity. We have a gold program that we praise, but no one is learning much about the students on campus. So we have a large international student background on campus, people that I've known, and they're generally amazing people. But as a whole, on campus, we don't know much about them because everyone is so secluded. And we do all these little nice programs about increasing diversity, but nothing is happening because no one is really, taking it on that strong. So being said, the history department is hiring for a visiting professor that's going to teach not only African American or African history classes, but they're extending it to Latino history classes and also different histories around the world. And they're actually hiring for that position right now. And I take a lot of pride in saying that I was part of the reason that happened.
Any final questions? Yeah, Ian.
Can I pose a question to both candidates?
Yeah.
So just being a secretary, a lot of the jobs like taking notes. So could you guys talk about any experience you have with note taking, and then also another way that you can see improvements in the way information is streamlined to the rest of campus?
Yeah. So I'll start with how communication or information is spread around campus. So being that I'm on the mascot committee, I'm pretty sure you guys get emails about it all the time. Within the mascot committee, we have subcommittees, and I happen to be on the communication committee. So I work with Angela Burrows, who's the head of the communication department here in Susquehanna, along with her team. So our job is to craft the emails and make sure we're sending everything out down to the point and making sure that everyone is voting. And we actually saw a huge increase in the voting population. So from the first semester to today, we shifted from just having families and alumni voting to more student body voting because of the way we changed our communication. in addition, also being that I'm president of the first year class, we don't necessarily have a secretary. So I take a lot of the notes and I make sure that my class is very informed, and I work well with all my team to make sure that everyone is doing what they have to do to make sure we are the best class. It's SGA. Yeah.
As for experience with note taking, I know it sounds ridiculous, but we're really fast timer. But also, I'm a business major, so I'm used to kind of taking a bunch of information, consolidating it, and presenting it to people the best way that I can. I'm sorry, what's the question?
And then just like when you can see like an improvement in how information is streamlined to the rest of campus.
Like I said, I really think that we need to put our faces out there as the Student Government Association, whether it's like tabling a dig and just sitting down and if people have questions, come up to us and talk to us. Or to talk to people, like flag people down like you would if you're selling cookies and say, hey, like here's some new updates for the student government, like how do you feel about this? And I think just simple things like that, like actually personally getting involved with the student body rather than just through email is a really effective thing that we can utilize.
There are no further questions. Thank you, ladies. At this time, we could have the treasurer attendant step up. So Austin and James are actually splitting the position. So we'll have them both speak separately, but we have a third candidate who could not be with us tonight. So Bethany is going to pull up her statement and read it for us.
Okay, so as you can see, this is for Alexandra Miller. She's in the class of 2017, and she's running for the position of treasurer. So I am speaking on her behalf since she could not be here tonight. The reason that I am interested in running for the position of SGA's treasurer is because of my current involvement with Susquehanna's Western Riding Club, of which I have served as both the president and treasurer. These positions have helped me gain both leadership and organizational skills, along with a strong understanding of how club and team accounts function on campus, responsibilities that I feel will translate well into this position. For these reasons, I believe that I would serve the student body well and be an asset to the SGA Executive Board. I thank you in advance for considering me for this position and for providing any form of feedback in regards to how I can better approach or fulfill this position.
So Austin, we'll start with you whenever you're ready, and then
Good evening, fellow students. It is a pleasure to be standing in front of you all today, speaking on why I should become the next treasurer for the Student Government Association. Throughout my time here at Susquehanna, I've had many different experiences and leadership positions that could lend itself to the role of treasurer. My background includes 2 years of a summer job with NBT Bank, where I worked in the bank as both a teller and intern with personal finances. This included getting a solid construct of the banking industry, as well as working with different customers on their budgets and investments. Furthermore, last semester, while maintaining my spot on the Dean's List, I interned with MetLife out of Lewisburg. Here, I got to delve into the financial world as I not only worked with customers' investments, but was also in charge of keeping track of my manager's expenses and reporting them to the company. Between these two experiences in the bank and with an insurance financial firm, and my time here as an SU student taking classes in accounting and other business areas, I feel that my background is well suited for the role of treasurer. Lastly, in positions of leadership for one school, it is important to have a love and passion for the institution every single day. I have found this here at Susquehanna, and my role as a tour guide shows this. As an admissions tour guide, I have been able to explain my love and passion for Susquehanna to people of many different backgrounds. Nothing makes me happier than to see someone that I told my Susquehanna story to back here next year as a full-time student. I would love to bring this passion into the role of treasurer. My plan is to run alongside my fellow student and one of my best friends here at Susquehanna, James Norman. We're both going to be studying in London at different times, so I will be running for the spring term 2017. I would like to conclude with the fact that James and myself have both had great experiences that will lend itself to the role of treasurer, and both have an undoubtable passion for Susquehanna. I hope that you will consider what I have to offer to the position, and thank you for having me here tonight.
Good evening, fellow students and SGA members. I stand here today to speak on why I feel that Austin and I should be elected treasurer for the 2016-2017 academic year. For those of you that don't know who I am a sophomore accounting major from the Bronx, New York. I'll start off by saying that I have a combination of passion and experience that has inspired me to run for treasurer for a second term. My experience ranges on and off campus in the field of finance and accounting. I've had multiple internship experience at Fortune 500 companies in departments such as tax and public finance. Here at Susquehanna, I have taken classes such as financial accounting and cost accounting. Furthermore, I am currently serving a term as SGA treasurer. All of this involvement has given me a strong skill set when it comes to working with budgets and communicating with others. Secondly, I would like to be elected to this position because this past year, SGA has pushed for a new initiative. This is providing the students of Susquehanna with an opportunity to present what they would like to see done with SGA funds due to our substantial trust fund. I would like to continue having a hand in this initiative both as a student and as an outlet for other students, providing them with knowledge of what the trust is and other specifics. I'm running with my close friend and fellow classmate in the Sigma Weave School of Business, Austin French, due to the fact that we will both be going abroad separate semesters next year, Austin in the fall and myself in the spring. Austin also possesses many accolades that will allow him to thrive in this position. I plan on keeping ongoing communication with him throughout the year by including him in all the emails pertaining to this position so he can stay in the loop. In addition, if elected, Austin will sit in on the upcoming budget